Good evening. All right. What year is it? Oh, good. It's 2000. Phantom Menace on VHS. Jar Jar Binks, y'all. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. 2000. Yeah. Sing it with me. Let me hear you. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. 2000. Yeah. All right. All right. Not bad. Give it up for your host, Mark Hornback, the well Hungarian. All right. Phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000. I'm gonna see you at. I'm gonna see you at fun. What?
Hey everybody, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Good.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you. Welcome to Fun Simulation Open Mic. Thank you again for Kevin McComb for that theme song. I added it to YouTube and I had to choose if it was for all ages or adult content, and he calls me the well Hungarian in it, so I don't know if that's like a play on words that could get past like a Pixar thing. I'm not sure.
Are you Hungarian, Mark?
I'm Italian. I'm not Hungarian, but I think the region in Italy I'm from might have been part of Hungary at certain points in history. So I think.
Are you a well hung Aryan?
I mean, we could find out in the fastest minute, right?
That's meant Aryan. Are you?
Why only a minute, Mark?
It's only a minute, guys. Guys, we're gonna do this. We got a long list. We're gonna rip through this. We're gonna have a fun time. Stick around to the end for the fastest minute in comedy. I'm not gonna keep yammering too much. Pratik is co-hosting with me tonight. Give it up for Pratik.
Yeah.
Pratik is also a comic.
I'll make sure to do 3 minutes
Chicago.
between every comic. Hell yeah.
I am a job creator, and that is me. I mostly create jobs for Pratik. I hired him temporarily like 3 or 4 times, but then now he's co-hosting with me. So
I'm using a work laptop.
My Rolodex. It's my Rolodex of people that I know that will work and show up, and it's like Pratik. That's it. That's all I know.
I'm
We're gonna do it, guys. It's Memorial Day weekend, right? It's Memorial Day weekend. That is only to remember that like people that fought in wars, but they had to have died. So veterans keep trying to steal the thunder from Memorial Day. Don't let them. Give it up for all the comedians though that died in the war against political correctness. It's just killing careers. That's it. No, I'm just joking. No, but you're supposed to remember like all Americans that died, right? And you're supposed to remember like our allies too, because they were cool. Like, but like not England, right? Like England was an ally, but like we kicked the shit out of them. I'm not gonna like remember them. Like the ones we killed in the Revolutionary War, no, we don't get to remember them. Fuck that. Little iffy on Canada because they took the wrong side in the war of 1812. I don't know how many history buffs are out there. They took the wrong side. They invaded Detroit through Canada. I don't know if you know that. There was a British general basically rounded up a bunch of Native Americans and scared the shit out of the guy in Detroit and he surrendered. He just left Detroit. Like, could you imagine getting into a beef with a British guy and then 20 years later he hires some people to yell at you across the street from your house? Like, yo man, we're gonna come over there, man. Yo man, we're gonna fight. And then you just go like, fuck it, I didn't really want this house. You guys can have it. That's what happened in Detroit. That's why we do not respect English veterans on Memorial Day, except the ones on D-Day, maybe, right? Like, we can't. Yeah, okay, guys, we're just gonna get this going. I'm gonna send you a message.
Day, Mark.
What?
Win the day.
Win the day, guys. That is the password to everything at my old job. If you're ever wondering, you can go on my LinkedIn and try any of their servers. It's always win the day. I hope to God they change that. I've been putting that everywhere, telling people that for about 3 years. No, we're gonna do this, guys. We're gonna get this started. We're gonna roll with our. We're gonna roll. We're gonna keep rolling. There are so many people to scroll through. It's amazing how fast I can find people, but I'm getting better at it. Put your hands together for our first comic of the night, Alex Avery.
Hey,
Double A.
you cool cats. A pretty good looking crowd. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Man, we're living in wild times. I saw a guy the other day with a gun, and I screamed because he wasn't wearing a mask. Right. All right. Cool. Let's keep going. Guys, any other dudes have this issue? It takes me a while to climax. I know nobody calls it that, but it does. It takes me a second. It takes me a minute. One time, Elizabeth was blowing me. It's taking like 30 minutes. She pulls my dick out of her mouth, frustrated. Like, well, maybe you're actually gay. And I'm like, that can't be it. When guys blow me, it takes twice as long. So crazy. When kids do it, I never come. It's like, relax. I was fun and terrible head, even now. Right. Keeping it moving. MILFs. Any MILFs in the crowd? Yeah, MILFs. Remind me a lot of like meth, you know, because I love them. Kidding. I've never done meth, but I've been with older, dated older women who have done meth, and I've also seen meth date women. You know, you see by the dumpster and you're like, what date is she? Expiration. All right. I don't have a lot in common. Sometimes you try once and then 4 years disappear, losing their eyebrows, and find a different RVs. Am I right, fellas? I don't know. This will be relatable to you. Comics, hookups, like Adderall, because it lasts way longer than it needs to. And you think to yourself, I'm going to have to pay more for this next time. What else? I got, yeah, I don't know. After those jokes, you guys are probably like, what is this guy's problem? But let me explain. I don't have mommy issues, right? I only date women that look like my dad. That's got the upside of having a dad friend. You ask yourself, my mom's a redhead, so why am I attracted to blondes? See him put on a wig, and then you're like, oh, that makes sense. What else? I had yeah, I'm not even looking for I had some tags for that. I swear to God that they might work. We don't know. Who, you know what? None of these jokes suck. I hate everything. I suck. Oh yeah, that's what I need. I'm not looking for MILFs. I need some trans DILF butt pussy. That's right. I want a MILF that looks like a DILF, you know, because I've heard bisexual boys, trans women are a good match. Not like, I don't know. I think some men fetishize trans women because they have issues with both their parents. And somehow like they think a person with tits and a dick will, you know, emotionally heal them. But, I don't, I'm attracted to trans women because I don't want to buy toys to get pegged. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's really hitting it hard with this shit. I had, oh yeah, I thought about this. If I could jerk myself off like if I could jerk with my feet like a monkey, I totally would. And I'll bet like monkey gangbangs have at least 2 more dicks than regular ones, you know? Because I mean, like, what, a human woman can fit, what, 7, maybe 8 dicks if she's kinky. That's like, I don't know, I'm just kidding. That's like Olympic dick levels, you know? Like the Olymp Dickics or whatever you want to call it, the Winter Dick Olympics. Why is it smaller? It's cold. The special Dick Olympics. But the bus isn't short, it's average, you know? All right. Jokes. I'm a slut. I'm a slut hustler. Fucking hustling some sluts. I got this foot job and I didn't realize I'd like this thing. I don't want it to be my thing. I'm afraid that it is. I didn't come from it, but I did go, man, if I could jerk myself off with my feet like a monkey, I would do that. So here we are. I don't know. What else? You know, someone really is really against abortion when they hate their.
Hey, thanks, Alex. You ran the light pretty bad there, man. Sorry, but I don't know if you weren't getting my messages. I'm gonna have to keep cutting it short on people that run it just to keep getting through. It's a long list. Thank you, Alex Avery, though. One more time for Alex. If you got more, if you want to take around to the end, you could always just say you could set up a joke right at the end of your set and then wait to do the punchline. Just in the fastest minute that. We'll remember 2.5 hours later. It works very well. I swear to God.
I'm always looking at my notes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to miss the light.
It's all good. It's
Thank
all
you.
good, guys. We're gonna keep rolling, guys. We're gonna keep rolling. I'm very excited. Our next community coming up. Give a warm welcome, a fun simulation welcome to Mike Fountain.
Oh. Wonderful. Thank you, Mark. That was great. That was warm. I was thinking about this the other day. I remember as a kid learning about how silly I thought it was in the 18th century that they thought ankles and elbows were sexy. But now I'm fully aware that in the next century, because of these masks, noses are going to be sexy. There's for sure going to be kids in the future they're going to be like, dude, she showed me her nose. Like, what that nose do, girl? Be asking my nephews about that. There will be, I'm convinced, sports fans, listen, in about 20 years, there's going to be an All-American running back named COVID Jones. They're going to call him the virus because he shuts down defense.
Hey.
So fast that nobody can get within 2 yards of him, you know? That's 6 feet. I did research to figure that out. I should know that math. Good old number 19, yeah? There's also, I wrote a Yo Mama joke for the future, want to pass it down. I want that to be my, what goes down. Is how people remember me. They'll go like this. Your mama is so easy. They call her curbside pickup. Okay. There's two things. There's two things right now. I'm locked up with my whole family and my extended family, and there's two things giving me the most problems, and that's food and family. Okay, but if you got a problem with food, it's great. You could just go on a diet, but there's no diet for your family. Like, don't you wish you could just go to Walmart and get a 12-pack of Diet Family? It'd be so eat. Like Coke Zero used to have a slogan that said all the taste, zero sugar. You know, so Diet Family would be like all the presents on your birthday, zero creepy uncles. Like all the help moving, zero questions about why you're still single and what you're going to do with your life. You know, that'd be so great. When you're not around for a while, they're like, we haven't seen you. What's going on? You could be like, I'm fasting from you. We're all locked up. I'm living with my sister and her kids, and I caught my nephew smoking weed. Okay, which isn't bad. It wasn't actually even physically in the act. We were sitting on the couch. I asked him what his favorite color was, and he said Baja Blast. I was like, gotcha, dude. That's great. It's crazy to live with them. Like, I don't have kids of my own, but I do have these two nephews and a niece, right? Awesome kids. I love them to death. The oldest, he's like an egghead, you know. Last year he comes running up to me. He's like, Uncle Mike, I'm going to summer school. And I'm like, damn, what'd you do? He's like, I signed up. I was like, on purpose? I didn't know that was The youngest, she loves kittens, wants to be a veterinarian when she grows up. The middle kid, the best way to describe him would be like, you got a kid in your family who you know is going to prison when they grow up. That's him. My sister gets mad. She's like, Mike, you can't say things like that. I'm like, I saw him sharpening sidewalk chalk into a shank. He knows. You know, he eats all of his food off of a tray. When he excuses himself from the dinner table, he's like, Uncle Mike, I'm going to go play in the yard. I'm like, yeah, you are, forever. 1 hour a week, forever. Crazy kids. We're sitting at the dinner table the other day, and I got the girl over here, and I got the egghead, and I got Shawshank on this side, you know, and the topic of weapons comes up because this guy. And this one goes, I think we should use our minds to fight. And I said, whatever, Yoda. You know, I don't know what. And this one goes, I got 2 water pistols loaded in my closet right now. And I'm like, I got 911 loaded in my phone right now. And without skipping a beat or moving her head up from the plate, the girl just goes, I sleep with a hammer under my pillow. You better hope you don't get a cellmate like her, my man. Thank you. Thank you, Pratik. Thank you, Mark. This is awesome that you put this on. I've been Mike Fountain, guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, Mike Fountain. Guys, one more time, put it together for Mike Fountain. Mike Fountain. And that scary, scary, scary child. That is scary child. I'm scared of children. I think it should be illegal to at least shoot kids that aren't yours with Nerf guns, right? Like, you should be like, they shoot each other with Nerf guns. I should be able to just shoot from my car. That's all I want to do. shoot children from my car with Nerf guns the Chicago way. Guys, this is going to be awesome. We got another comedian on deck. It just takes me so long to scroll through this massive list of people. Oh, right there. No, hey guys, please welcome IRA Claybourne.
Hey y'all, how's everybody doing?
Hey.
My name actually is IRA Claybourne. This isn't someone else's Zoom account. I asked my mom why, and her response was, "Oh, I named you after a gay Jewish man."
Huh.
She got 1 out of 3 right, and I think we can all guess which one that would be. I'm originally from Augusta, Georgia. I'm gay. Okay. I'm in Augusta, but I fled to women's college as fast as I could, as all the ones that look like me do. It was kind of like going to a women's college was like a closeted leslie, from the South, a kid in a candy shop, right? But like not any candy shop, like Wonka Land. And like they were recently cured of diabetes. That shit was fire. It was probably the best experience of my life. And then I moved to New York City, which was also excellent. Cool choice, like cool first town to go to. The greatest city in the world. I had no fucking idea what I was doing. And then somehow I ended up back in Augusta, Georgia. Please send help. Like everything is miserable here. Like food in New York, you could get anything. Here you can get like Waffle House and barbecue and Chick-fil-A, and they don't even fucking want me there because they hate homosexuals. I don't know if you people know that, but or like you can travel anywhere in New York by subway and just like do it while you're drunk, whatever. Like you try to do that in Georgia and it's called a DUI. We don't do that here. And like there was always something to do in New York, like concerts and festivals, and I just could never do any of them because I was on a teacher's salary. So I guess it's not so bad that I left, but it's okay. Now I'm home and I really need to escape because they still don't like gay people here after all these years. I told my mom that I was gay and I asked her if, what she thought. And her response was, "Do you want to eat pussy for the rest of your life?" That's the definition of being a lesbian. So yes, but I didn't know what to do. I've been a ladies' man for a while, like since first grade. I charmed my first grade teacher into taking me out to the movies. Yeah, it was pretty hot. We saw Hercules, and I cried when we got home because I knew that was the only time my mom would ever approve of, a woman taking me on a date. I've always had a crush on teachers, though. Like, even when I was homeschooled, you might be panicking, thinking this bitch has incest. No, my mom did not homeschool me. She outsourced that too, and I was taught by another lady. So I would get there a little early to sit and chat with her. I don't know if I wanted a mom or a lover, but I got neither. The best of the marriage that I had was the Nespresso machine we got for a wedding present. It's what kept me getting up every day. Last thing I'll say is that I married my professor, which was like the penultimate teacher fetish thing. But it didn't work out because she was a know-it-all and I clearly have mommy issues. But I got the last word in because I changed her score on ratemyprofessor.com. My name's IRA Claybourne.
Thank you, IRA Claybourne. One more time for IRA. Ira, I like your name. Your name sounds like when you do that, like that your pet name in a street that you grew up on. Like if you're from Chicago, anyone from Chicago would get it too. There's probably Claybournes everywhere. I don't. Who's that named after? I don't. Was that the guy that invaded Detroit? That might have been the guy that invaded Detroit. I don't really know.
Not related.
Not related.
Not my dad.
We're gonna keep rolling. We got a very, very funny comedian coming up. I mean, everyone's really funny, but I can't say the same thing for every single person that's going up tonight. So sometimes I have to say someone's funny or that someone, I don't know. Hi, Kristen. She's eating. Guys, Kristen, you're always eating. This is like your dinner. This is your feeding time. I feel like Kristen is a feeding time.
I'm gonna eat a new thing for every comic that goes up.
Oh God, please do it. Please do it. This is how you get sponsored, right? This is how you get a sponsorship.
Colin will thank you.
All right, I'm gonna bring up our comedian. I introduced her, then I didn't introduce her, but Patty Mansbach.
Thank you. Oh, women's colleges. I went to a women's college too. Yeah. Hey, yeah, they called our dorm rooms a lesbotel, and they were not wrong about that. Let's see. Who has good news to share? I have good news to share. I learned what whippets are. Wow, good for you. And they're different than poppers, and you don't put any of them in your butt. I swear, I learned something new every single day. It's a little easier for me because I wasn't that smart to begin with. The only poppers I like are the jalapeno kinds. One of my biggest pet peeves doing like this stand-up thing is when comics are like, this is my therapy. Fuck you, just go to therapy. What are you doing? Stop it. I do comedy because I have a unique voice and an interesting perspective, because what this art form needs is more Jews, not enough of us. When was the last time we were funny? The more you oppress us, the more Emmys we win. I've been working out a lot in this quarantine, but don't worry, that's only because I'm better than you. But I've gotten so swole. That's what the kids are saying. I've gotten so swole that I can do one whole singular push-up now. Wow. Too bad they canceled the Olympics, because I would definitely get the gold medal for most improved. I think that's something they give out, right? I don't get out of bed for less than 10,000 participation trophies a day. Yeah, I'm a millennial. I'm made of half participation trophies, half student loan debt. Speaking of debt, I recently got approved for a credit card. Yeah, and I can buy alcohol now. I have a source of funding. And they say when you're drinking, you should know your limits. And according to JP Morgan Chase, my limit is $13,000. Whoa. If somebody says you have an addictive personality, look on the bright side. At least you have a personality. I got my stimulus payment. I was thinking about using it for the boob job that Mo in 9th grade always said I needed. But the doctors aren't doing elective surgery, so honestly, even my boobs can't get a job in this economy. I'm never gonna get laid again. Why do I have to look attractive? But let me tell you, before the celibacy virus hit, I got laid like all the time. And by that, I mean like once every 3 months. So for me, that's like all the time, right? Yeah, afterwards, I'd always be like, thanks, see you next quarter. Boop, boop, badoo. My dad called me to tell me his new hot tips about, wearing a mask at the grocery store and the best hours to go. And then he said that if you cover your face with a mask, you can go during the senior hours because nobody knows how old you are. And I said, Dad, you're 66 years old. You can just go. What are you doing? And he also complained. Yeah, and then he complained that it was really frustrating wearing a mask because he had to lift it to smoke his cigarette. So I feel like I'm gonna follow in some good footsteps. I'm out of time, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Patty. One more time for Patty, guys. That was good.
Go on.
No elective surgeries. Can't get all the fun stuff done. Can't do that. But yeah, guys, we got a big. Yeah. Hey. Oh, that's Pratik. What is up, Pratik?
Just want to say, man, first off, you like this background? Look at this.
Noticing that, Pratik.
Is that what I look like?
It's glory. But no, I just want to say your next comedian coming to the stage. He's a big fan of vaping and networking. He also got accepted to Skank Fest this year, which whenever that happens, it'll happen. Give it up for Yashar Coffee, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The mic is fake, by the way. I'm using it out of habit. So. And we're not big fans of vaping or networking. There was a guy that Pratik and we wanted to beat him to the pulp, but it was illegal to do that. And he was into vaping and networking. So that's an inside joke. My name is Yashar, and I am from Iran. Thanks for not running away. There were 2 Iranian passengers on the first Malaysian flight that went missing. So the authorities started investigating just to see if the Iranians blew up the plane. You see, that's a waste of time because Iranians are very wealthy and educated people. They don't take shitty jobs like that. Entire Palestinians. See, we have our own Home Depots, and the Palestinians hang out in the back. It's a racist joke. I have a friend, he's from Greece. The other day we're having lunch, and out of nowhere he said, "Hey, why don't you take a DNA test?" I said, "Why should I do that?" He said, "Because Alexander the Great invaded the Persian Empire and raped your grandmothers." And he smiled as if he was bragging about rape. He said, "Raped your grandmother, so you may be part Greek." So I took 23andMe, and the results came back, and to his credit, 2,500 years after that invasion, I found 3% Greek jizz in my DNA. So I told him, "Why don't you take a DNA test to make sure you're pure Greek?" He took 23andMe, and the results came back. And he found 65% Turkish jizz in his DNA. I told him, "Who got raped more now, bitch? Who got raped more, you fucking piece of shit? At least we got raped by the Greeks, the philosophers." Plato raped us. You got raped by a bunch of savages, by the goat herders. Ahmed raped you. You're not European anymore. Now go find your fucking goat herder cousins in Istanbul. That was a rape joke. No, I live in Los Angeles. It's very common amongst LA comics to go on social media, Facebook, writing like, "Man, I don't like these Zoom mics, you know, like live streaming. It's not like real comedy." Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You started 3 months ago. And you did Kill Tony twice, and you sucked both times.
Yeah.
So you shut the fuck up. Okay? The other thing that's very common is there are these people who have had a war against science all their lives. They were trying to pretend like jizz has the life of its own. So they were trying to ban like wearing a condom, like pro-jizz, pro-life. And now they're talking about the Swedish model. Bro, like science, man, Swedish model, we need to go out, immune system, like vitamin D. Like, shut the fuck up. Stop listening to Joe Rogan. Read a book, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Stay home. It's a deadly disease. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Mark. I saw the 1 minute light. Thank you. Nowadays, there are these guys that they're out of shape, unattractive, and they're struggling financially. So they call themselves feminists. That's a shortcut to pussy. That was supposed to be my big closer, but it didn't happen. Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. One more time, guys. One more time for your short copy. I think this will be the one that will be the set that I'll highlight on Twitter to get us the red pillars.
Switch it up.
We're gonna switch it up. We're gonna keep going, guys. Keep going, guys. Our next meeting, this is very special, very special. He's another West Coast comic. We got a few here.
Yo.
I guess it's earlier out there, so it's probably pretty good for you guys. Maybe we should go earlier and get some East Coast. But guys, please welcome Kurt Seablom.
Yeah, Kurt.
Hey guys, thanks a lot.
Woo!
You know, this is happening to everybody. Like, you're getting so many friend requests now, and I don't know if it's because of the Zoom mics or whatever, but I mean, there's a ton of. There's this lady in LA who was asking me about mics and some shows. So I was from instant message. So I was messaging her back, and then she messaged me this morning, and she sent this, this porn clip of this guy ramming some chick in the ass. I was like, what was that about? She said, "Oh, you don't like it?" Like, I'm just saying. I mean, we're talking about mics and all that. So this came out. It's like, "You like boys?" It's like, no, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. Watch out for Catfish on that. I don't know what the hell happened, but I blocked her. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, I got nothing against porn. I'm a divorced dad. I mean, shit. But porn is pretty weird. I mean, like the sibling porn. I don't know what the hell that's all about. I just know it's time to reboot the Brady Bunch. I think it's time to reboot the Brady Bunch. I think that might have a new thing. Marsha might be a new like train video. I don't know. Sorry, it's been a rough day. The ex has been driving me crazy. But here's the other thing too. Like I said, I'm a dad, right? I want to point out is like these people are so young. You know, I mean, I know they're in their 20s, but to me, they're so young. That's why I prefer vintage porn. You know, the old black and white ones. It's like, hey, good for her. She's probably broke a hip on that. You know, I mean, I just, to me, like, seeing the porn from the 20s. Sorry, 20-year-olds, not from the 20s. Watching porn from the 20s is probably just audio. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, just having a hard time with the ex. The whole partial custody thing is killing me. I got partial custody with my kids, and this divorce has been going on for 4.5 years, the separation, and just power plays about the kids. Like, she'll drop the kids off, and almost immediately it's like, gotta grab them again, it's time for them to go. It's like, they haven't even taken their backpacks off yet. It's like, what the hell? I mean, partial custody is unnatural. Like, can you imagine partial custody with, like, chickens? Like, fucking taking an egg and just splitting it, be like, let's share a weekend with this thing, you know? It's just, even through history, like, we've never had this in history. Like, imagine Henry VIII, right? I mean, more divorces than almost, a lot of people, maybe not Elizabeth Taylor, but it's like, imagine him being like, okay, this weekend, Elizabeth, you're a princess. Next weekend, you can hang out with your headless mother. It just doesn't make sense. But anyway, yeah, I apologize for all the angst. It's just really frustrating. Thanks, Mark. And like the whole dating thing, you know, like I said, there was that weird ass conversation with that lady earlier. Here's the thing. Here's where I stand now. You know, like I don't drink coffee. But people are like, I like my women, like I like my coffee. At this point, I like my women the way I like my tea, chopped up and stuffed in bags. There. Anyway, guys, I love you guys. And I'll be better tomorrow. But thanks a lot, you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you, Kurt.
Yay. Kurt. Whoa.
That I think we're gonna get the red pillars on Twitch tonight. I think this is
red
what's gonna
pillars
happen.
on Twitch. Flagged. Hell yeah.
I think we got it. I think it's gonna be the one where we're gonna get the teens, the young teens are gonna be influenced by this, and it's gonna be awesome. And I don't know what I'm talking about. It's all good. We're gonna keep rolling. Guys. We're gonna keep rolling. This is good. Our next comedian coming up, I have to find on that screen up there. That's where I'm looking at when I'm looking up. There's so many people. I don't see our next there they are. Okay. Please welcome our next comedian, Dana Wisson.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Hey, hello. What's up? I am once, twice, 3 times the lady I was before I started eating Taco Bell. I'm going to start calling penises division. That way it will make more sense when I say I love long division. I'm the only person I know who's never had any cavities. I guess that's because sucking dick is one of my favorite activities. Sorry, lesbians. All right. I'm not a bad driver because I'm a woman. No. I'm a bad driver because I speed whenever I listen to Limp Bizkit. There are 3 things in my pocket right now: a crispy sock, a ding-a-ling, and a hardcover copy of a book called Men Are From Mars and Some Women Have Penises. Here's my impression of Cher. The man, the myth, the legend Cher. Here's my impression of Cher eating a burger. Thank you. I hate going out to dinner with my parents. My mom always orders something embarrassing, like a basket of mayonnaise or some deep fried dick tacos. I love eating pancakes, but only when I'm sitting next to a dead person. Thank you. Sometimes when I'm feeling sexy, I like to whip out my baseball cap and role play for my boyfriend. Oh shit, man, you wanna fuck? Yeah, thank you. I'm the odd one in my friend group. All my friends are married with kids, and I spend all my time recording audio clips of my farts. Huh. The only thing I love more than farting is planning out my daily fart schedule. I have Dana's personal fart festival planned for this evening. 2 more. My favorite thing to do on a Sunday is eat shit, kill shit, fuck shit, and die. And if you want to know what I'm like without my psych meds, just think about a time you got road rage while you were alone in your bedroom, and then you'll understand. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Dana. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's funny because you have a thing that says like your last name rhymes with, but then I can't extend it wide enough to see what it actually rhymes with.
Oh, pissin'.
So I got it right. Thank you, Dana. Pissin'. Dana, I'm just kidding.
Yay, Dana!
Thank you, Dana. Listen, one more time for Dana. That was awesome. We're gonna keep doing this thing. We're gonna keep doing it. Our next comedian, coming out of Chicago. I just gotta find you. Chicago. Do I have a Chicago? People not from Chicago. Do I have a Chicago accent? Can you hear it?
Everyone has a Chicago accent in this city. All
I'm just
sound.
asking people not from the city.
Everyone has an accent, period.
Yeah, I was gonna say not necessarily.
It's light. It's Chicago light.
All right, it's like Chicago.
Like Westmont or Morton Grove. That's what you are.
I gotta move to Blue Island and then I'll do it. We're gonna do this. All right, our next meeting, Katie Meaner. Minor. Sorry, that's my Chicago accent. Is she muted?
Can't hear you.
Hold on, you're muted.
Oh. Unmute her.
Hello? Oh.
There it is.
Hi.
You're good. You can start.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hi. Yeah. I'll say this. I was raised so Polish that my dad told me I was Italian. Growing up, he really committed to this like cultural fantasy that he was, this Italian, progenitor, and he rogained his chest and he wore medallions and he learned how to make a gravy, and he instilled these morals and values and culture into us, which was great. It ended up, I shouldn't complain. Like there were some perks for sure. Like I always had ponies at my parties, just their heads, which is traumatizing. My first car was a Cadillac. The trunk didn't open. It's fine. You don't really need it. He would send us on collections for like sundries that the neighbors would borrow. Like you'd have Edna across the street come over asking for a cup of flour.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I swear I did not mute her.
It's her bandwidth.
We lost your sound, Katie.
Oh, no. I guess I start disrobing. I don't know when. I don't know. It's back. Oh, it's back. Oh, thanks a lot, Zoom. Hint taken. The Italians are running the audio tonight, I guess. The family is so upset. Anyway, sincerely, was raised Italian. Anytime anyone asked, oh, what are your people? I'm Italian. Until I moved from Chicago to Detroit, Michigan, when I was in 3rd grade, and I met my very best friend, Maria Lucia Mazzacoli. And when I told Maria Lucia Mazzacoli
that I was Italian. She was obviously aghast and in disbelief, you know. Little Maria would say, you know, well, Katie, if you're Italian, where's your mustache? You know. And then the best part of Maria, have you ever had a friend like this? Like you go over to their house and their parents work the night shift. So they put out a dish for the kid, but the kid doesn't want to eat it. So instead they go in the backyard with you and you help them dig a hole so they can put their dinner in the hole, and then you bury it, and then you go binge oatmeal cream pies with them, and then you go on a walk, and then you let the cellophane wrappers of the oatmeal cream pies litter all around the neighborhood so the parents don't know. You ever have a friend? That was Maria. I mean, she was just an amazing, amazing girl. I remember she really shook me to my core, you know, Katie, where's your mustache? And I remember that day running home from school, you know, just distraught, waiting for my dad to come home. And he came home, walked in the door, and I ran up to him. And I just remember going, you know.
Oh, no. The pantomiming works.
Oh,
no. You gotta start signing.
Dutch.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, no.
Will grow. And it has.
We lost your audio right at your punchline. I'm gonna take you off the spotlight.
It's like performance art.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you, Katie Miners. I know you're having problems. I'm really sorry. I'm Italian and I'm running the audio, but I think you're using Polish internet right now. I don't know.
Oh, zing!
I'm sorry, Kate. I really don't know what was going on there, but please, if you want to stick around for the fastest minute and try again, that'd be awesome. Or I don't really know. But we're gonna keep moving. I'm sorry, we're gonna keep moving. Our next comedian coming up. For whatever reason, I think when people that book shows, when they book shows, they get to the H's, because I would get booked next to Laura a few times, more than anyone else, and I don't get booked that much. So please welcome Laura Hogg.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Oh my God. Love Zoom. So much nostril action. I have never had such nostril action in all my life. Giving, receiving, you know. When my life's work for most of my life up until recently was, you know, spent trying to impress people, most of whom are dead now. I was a punk rocker when I was young. I can say that now because I'm not anymore, because when you're not allowed to say it when you are, because that's poser fucking bullshit and people should just fucking know. But yeah, so it wasn't a big political or artistic movement for me. It was really me pretending like I hated Madonna for years. Some of the hardest work I ever did was trying not to dance for joy when Borderline came on the radio. Now I'm on a lot of Facebook groups with some of my peers, those that have lived. And there's a lot of reminiscing about the 80s and the 90s and the punk scene. And a lot of people who, you know, died of heroin, which is super important to legitimize any sort of cultural movement. And, but it's a lot of comments like, oh, lost another one, gone too soon, brother, another soldier lost in the war. And I'm like, nobody here has served in the military. What war? Is it the war that your shitty parents waged on your childhood? All right. Speaking of which, my dad and my stepmom argue quite a bit. And he got she gave him a restraining order right at the beginning of the quarantine. They'd finally had it. So my 72-year-old father was in a hotel room and he called me and he said, I don't know what to think. And I said, 72 years old in a restraining order, you should think you still got it. You know what I'm saying? I told him to get a neck tattoo for when he goes to court and really lean in. he's having a lot of trouble recording a video for his little clip for a video for his sister, my Aunt Helen, and her husband Paul for their 50th wedding anniversary. He says, because he has a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder from Vietnam and being a refugee child, he doesn't have a lot of memories. And I'm like, well, just say that. That'll be great. He says that, I said, why don't you just say happy anniversary? He goes, don't you think I should be my authentic self? And I said, well, if that's the case, then you just shouldn't show up for it at all. So, all right, this really ended more like emotionally bitter, but, that's all I have. Actually, I'm going to use my rollover minute and donate it back to the room because I'm a hero.
Yeah, back
all
to
right,
the room,
love
baby.
you. Thanks.
Thanks for hopping on, Laura. Great to see you. No, awesome. Yeah, give it back to the room. We're gonna keep rolling. That's how we do it here. Big listenings, keep rolling. Not a lot. All the filler. None of the all
killer, no filler.
Thank you. I remember the radio
41.
too. All right, we're gonna do this. Our next comedian, he's got a sweet background and it's kind of over his face. So I'm excited to see what he actually looks like on the spotlight. Please welcome Chris Hudson.
Chris Hudson.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, I'm a low light, so I'm gonna start disappearing soon. I love doing these Zoom shows because every time I hear Zoom, it reminds me of Zaboomafoo. What happened to Zaboomafoo? Remember, it was me, you, and Zaboomafoo has abandoned us all. Kratz brothers are still around, but what happened to that lemur? What happened to him? Everything's going fine, as you can see. Everything's going fine for me. I moved right before COVID happened. I moved from Baltimore to Portland, Oregon, and I played a lot of Oregon Trail as a kid, like a lot of Oregon Trail, and I was never prepared. Like, there's never a time when I was playing Oregon Trail where I got to Oregon, I set everything up, and then I die of COVID. That never happened when I was playing growing up. I do come from a city, Baltimore, where people they just yell the gay F word at each other in traffic, which I think is very progressive, that people are just yelling about how fabulous each other looks.
Yeah.
That's really progressive of where I come from. Remember how everybody made fun of like online universities and University of Phoenix, and they're like, oh, you're not educated now that's all there is. And those people are now geniuses. They all have all the degrees they work now. So that's why I've enrolled in YouTube Podcast University, and I'm getting a master's in Wikipedia. Like, I remember being in college, and remember your professors used to give you like 1 sheet of information, and then you would see the URL of the website they printed it from at the bottom of the sheet. So basically you were already paying for your professors to Google something. So yeah, a lot of stuff's been going on in my life. I actually did start working in the grocery industry, and I don't like when people do the 7 p.m. clapping for everybody. Because that's the new give it up for the troops. And what happens to the troops? They go to the Middle East and most likely get killed. So I don't like that. I do think there should be grocery store rules. There are too many people in the grocery store. I think it should just be me and 10 other. It should just be me in the grocery store and 10 hot single moms. That's all there should be in the grocery store. Wow, you can tell how yellow my teeth are because some of my teeth are disappearing. Yeah. I guess the whitener's working, huh? All right, how about this? They never did grocery store porn, but they will do it soon. Like a teenager with pimples trying to pick out toilet paper. I got a few titles for it. Number 1, produce plunderers. Number 2, price check aisle ass. And number 3, paper or pussy.
Yeah.
I've been Chris Hudson. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris Hudson. I thought you were just playing I thought you were just a hockey player, man. I was pumped. Last week we had a pretty major hockey player on the show. Maybe he might make an appearance later tonight if we're lucky. I'm not too sure, but fingers crossed he's gonna make.
Talking about Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks, right?
It is not Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks. It's a real human being. Guys, I don't know if any of you had been to. I'll give a background on this mic. We've been running this mic for our 6-year anniversary is coming up in just a few weeks. Out of Reed's Local in Chicago, they're closed due to government shutdown and everything, and but they do deliveries in the area on Friday and Saturdays, and also there was a guy that would walk by Reed's Local Sunday night at 1 a.m. and he had headphones on and he would walk down the street just yelling Goldberg as loud as he could, for like a full mile at like 1 a.m. and he had headphones on and like you couldn't do anything, but we would always know when he was coming at 1, so we like. There were nights where there was like 6 or 7 people just lined on the sidewalk just watching him, and he was completely unaware of us. He would do like the thing, like the suck it thing with his hands at cars as they pass by. It was great, guys.
Wait, what is the suck it thing? I do not know.
You make like a cross with your hands. And you go like,
hey, Nathan Gibson, do you know what the suck it thing?
I don't want to go on a wrestling tangent. I brought on the wrestling tangent. I didn't mean to bring a wrestling tangent.
That's from
Who
like
would have thought Mark
1994.
Hornbeck would go on the wrestling tangent? God damn.
Yeah, I even told Pratika, I'm like, I don't know, man. Why do it always goes to wrestling? I don't want to do it, and then I fucking just did it. So, we're gonna keep this going. Our next comedian, I'm very excited, very pumped. She was on her first showcase that we had with Dave Hill. She's very funny. Please welcome Kristen Lundberg.
DJ Caitlin.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I have natural curly hair, okay?
Yeah.
Naturally curly. They say that hydro fatigue can happen to natural curly hair when your hair gets wet too much. And my hair likes to get every day wet. You know what I'm saying? She likes to get wet every day because she's a hydro hoe. Okay, so I can't keep the moisture out of this girl. Okay, I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and I'm a Midwest chick. I grew up with my brother. I was always a funny kid. I just didn't call it comedy. I called it throwing stuff at my little brother. He deserved it sometimes, but there was one time he really, really didn't deserve this, and I felt bad. He was licking a red sucker one day, and I came along and I said, "Billy, give me a lick," which I thought was a normal request for siblings in Ohio. Okay, and Billy goes, "No," in his Billy voice. And I said, "Why not?" And he goes, "'Cause it's mine." And, that just wasn't a good enough answer for me. It would have been for most people, but, I'm a Virgo and my Mars is in Sagittarius. So I always fight for what I want, And so I said, "Billy, give me a sucker or I'm going to break this Buzz Lightyear CD-ROM for Windows." That's a big deal because we just updated our system to Windows 5. So he goes, "No!" in his Billy voice again. And so I broke it and I felt bad. And I also felt, I feel bad for that and other things. Like when I needed gas money to drive to Cincinnati, I kind of pawned his Nintendo 64 when he wasn't home. And that was bad, and I felt bad. And he came home right when I was doing the transaction, and he said, "Kristen, I didn't know you had a Nintendo 64. I said, "I don't, Billy." And he takes a second, and he goes, "No!" in his Billy voice again. So this is a cat aggravator device, and this is my apology to Billy. I'm sorry. Sorry. Now, give me a lick. I'm sorry I smashed your DVD-ROM. I'm sorry that your Nintendo's gone. I'm sorry I never shed a tear when I killed the game of Buzz Lightyear. That's Yes. So that's my apology song. I don't know. It's called I Killed the Game. It's both an apology and a humble flex. Pardon me. I live in Hollywood right now. You guys just hard for me. I just I've been doing some thinking about my childhood, and I got another minute probably. I'll end after this. I used to play Barbies with my best friend in the meadow, and we used to try to get little boys to come and play with us. We thought this was God's work. Okay, so we would try to sensitize these little boys, have them come over and play Barbies with us. And one day we saw a boy coming, and we said, "Hey, you want to come play Barbies with us?" And he's kind of looking around like, "Yeah, sure." I said, "Shit, get the cans. He's coming. He starts coming over. We start playing Barbies. We're cooking vegetables, grass. We're cooking grass with the Barbies playing. And the kid starts going, "You put the Bobby in the Bobby hole." And we're like, What did you just say? And he goes, "You put the Bobby in the Bobby hole." And we thought that was weird. So we said, get the hell out of here, kid. Like, we don't know where you learned that. But anyway, this is just a little song to commemorate that. Do you want to play Barbies and eat some Arby's in a grass field? Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kristen Lundberg. One more time for Kristen, everybody. One more time for Kristen, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think that anybody starts a story about having to drive to Cincinnati without needing gas money for the drive to Cincinnati. That's how it goes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's Ron. I could tell Ron's here. I got a Cincinnati reference, and he's on it.
Yeah,
guys,
baby.
We're gonna switch off hosting for a little bit. Please welcome your coach for the next little while, Pratik Srivastava.
Hey! Yay! Hey, give it up for Mark Hornbeck. He's doing a great job. Hell yeah. Mark is great. I'm just the puppet here. Mark is the Jeff Dunham. He's the one running the show. You guys. Yeah, I make fun of comedians more successful than me. I know how this works. It's fucking awesome. This is the loud, crazy voice performer portion of the show. This is great. It's good to be here. A lot of dirty material tonight. Give it up for the dirty material that we've been hearing tonight, you guys. Awesome. I'm not super filthy, but I'll try to tell something as dirty as I've been watching a lot of porn parodies lately. Are we familiar with porn parodies? Clap it up for porn parodies. Are we a fan of them? Kind of. I'm going to take it that you're all muted, but you're clapping on the inside. I believe in all of it. There's been a lot of tech issues tonight, you guys. But yeah, I'm a big fan of porn parodies, but I realized one of my favorite movies ever is not a porn parody. And do you know what that movie is? It's the movie Gandhi, guys. There's no porn parody of Gandhi, and I don't know when that's going to happen. But if that ever happens one day, I have the tagline for that movie. It's going to be Gandhi, the porn parody. He's on a hunger strike, but he's still eating that pussy. Thank you. Hell yeah. But ow, that reference is going. It's out of here. Holy shit, I got my illegal hand sanitizer, guys. This is 80% alcohol hand sanitizer. This shit is not available on the regular market. This is too much alcohol in the sanitizer. It will turn your skin tone white, you guys. Hell yeah. This will turn your skin tone into Sammy Sosa present day. What up? Do we know who that is? That's a Midwestern reference. Hell yeah. I am growing my fingernails out, by the way. I am Howard Hughesing it all night long. You guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. I love this beard, by the way. This beard, you know what I look like with this beard? I look like an IT professor that fell down a mine shaft for 20 years. Hey, is Dennis Miller still relevant? What happened to him? All right, I've been screaming for too much. Let's keep this mic train a-chugging along. Your next performer coming to the stage. I met him at the Midwest Midweek Mic. That's every Wednesday that I help co-host because I can't get enough of this stuff, you guys. I love Zoom comedy. It is the soy bacon of comedy. It's not as good as the real thing, but it's all we have in the fridge. Thank you. Your next comedian coming to stage, very funny. Give it up for Yash Punadi.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Pratik. So my name is Yash, as I said, and I am originally from India, if you haven't already guessed. I've been doing this comedy thing for about a year now, right? I'm assuming that the big bucks will start rolling in any day now. I'm not sure about my Netflix special yet, but my material is definitely good for C-SPAN and PBS, okay? I mean, to be clear, right? I mean, I don't do this for money alone, right? Obviously, I do it for fame. I'm waiting for the day when people start recognizing me and chasing me down for, selfies and autographs. I mean, what can I say, right? Any day now. By the way, I heard that if you're really good as a performer on stage, that women start throwing underwear at you. No, I'm being told that's only for rock musicians. What the heck? Looks like I picked the wrong backup career here. Anyway, I guess a sad milestone we are approaching. Looks like we're going to be losing total of at least 100,000 people for this virus, right? It's terrible. I see that President Trump has finally bringing in the big guns. That's right, God and religion. So he has declared that religious places are essential. I'm not sure if God is thrilled about getting third billing after, hydroxychloroquine and bleach, right? Not sure about that. By the way, per union guidelines, I am allowed one joke on politics and one on religion, and I used both of them on that last one. So, but sex is certainly on the table. Actually, I should talk to my wife about that, the table part. Right. You guys know that we Indians did write the original sex manual, the Kama Sutra.
Yeah.
Right. I'm actually surprised that knowing Indians, how shrewd we are supposed to be, that we haven't actually copyrighted these positions. I mean, just imagine how much money India would be making if they charged a quarter from every time you guys use those positions. I mean, it'd be like Saudi Arabia level rich, right? You know what? I think the Catholic Church probably already collects on that missionary position. So that one's off the table, okay? But, the more complex ones, the ones that involve ropes and pulleys and, where the guy's legs come over like this and, I see some of you nodding. So you do know which position I'm talking about. Good. We can charge $1 for those complex ones, okay? And I am married for over 30 years. So at the rate of, 25 cents per use, and for all these years, I'm guessing I probably owe maybe $3. That's my time. Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give it up for Yash, you guys. Look at that. 2 brown comedians in a row. Who'da thunk it? Who'da fucking thunk it? 2 brown people in a row? What is this? What is this? The audition line at Disney's Jungle Book on Ice? What is this? What is this? What is this? Spelling Bee Championship? What is this? What is this? Auditions for the remake of Life of Pi? What is this? What the hell is this? I'm mocking my race for the purpose of comedy. What up? I'm a goddamn champion, you guys. You know who else is a champion? Your next performer coming to the stage. Look how fucking fluid that was. Look how fucking fluid that was. That was fluid like this water, which isn't water. It's absinthe, everybody. For the culture, indeed. Your next performer coming to the stage, coming in hot. Kelly's Micus.
Hello. I feel bad. I broke the streak. I'm sorry. I'm very white. Very, very white. That's okay, guys. So I'm sure everybody gave up on their New Year's resolution, like end of day, January 1st. But I am keeping going with mine. We're in May? I'm sticking to it, guys. This is the year, 2020 is the year I'm going to learn how to fold a fitted bed sheet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it, man. Why is that so fucking hard? Why? What is it? Is it the pockets that throw us off? I don't know if it's the pockets. Like, usually I am on team pocket. I fucking love me a pocket. If I've got pockets on a dress, I won't shut up about it. Absolutely will not. I like being in a pocket. You know, it means you're comfortable, you're cozy, you know, it's good. But pockets on a sheet, it screws me up. I just don't get it. So maybe check back in with me in 4 or 5 months, see where I'm at with this thing. Yeah, I'm kidding. In 4 to 5 months, it's going to be the roof of the pillow fort I'll be living in, because I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent much longer. Help. Help, guys. I'm crying at weird stuff now. I have to say I'm crying. Things are making me weepy that didn't before. Like on TV, if I see a crowd, I get very sad. Crowds. Remember those? Yeah. Good times. Good times, Chris. Indeed. Yeah. Another thing that's made me kind of sad is the realization that birthday candles won't last beyond 2020. They're screwed. Yeah. Yeah. But the one kind of candle I'm not upset to see go are the fake ones you can't blow out. I hate those candles. I really do. As a kid, I've had anxiety my whole life. So as a kid, it would always freak me out and make my parents laugh. So those candles can go to hell, as far as I care. They absolutely can. I definitely miss being on the road right now, traveling to do jokes. I enjoy doing that. I enjoy being in a new city, trying new cuisine. Can't do that now. So, you know, I'm digging being in the kitchen. I do like cooking. But I was reading recently that there's an airline in Russia that wants to hop on board, airplane pun, but they want to hop on board the food delivery train, and they want to deliver airplane food. Airplane food, yeah, yeah. Now, I'm not one for wasting food. Don't like doing that at all. But I can't get behind this, guys. I really, really can't. I mean, unless, of course, airplane food tastes better at sea level, which I guess is possible. Possible. I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of feel like you have to reach like an extra level of sadness to order this, you know, really do. But then again, it is Russia. So maybe they're just like not to have beets for dinner. I'm not sure. You know, not that I'm knocking the beet. I'm Eastern European, so I love my beets. But they are weird. Like, why is it that we eat beets and then we forget that we ate beets? You know that next morning in the bathroom. Yeah, you're Googling how to make a will. It's terrifying. Anyways, that's my time, guys. Bye.
Hey! Give it up for Kelly's Micus, you guys. No, she did not break the Indian streak. Here's what we're gonna do. Instead of a Jungle Book 2 on Ice reboot, we're gonna reboot Eat, Pray, Love. You see what I did there? Hell yeah. 8 women go to third world countries. Hell yeah. Boost that economy. Who needs a chamber of commerce? It's okay if you make these jokes. I was an econ major, you guys. I know some of you were like, "Oh, Rafiq's talking. Let's jump off after our set." No. Don't just jump off. Stick around till the end of the night, because you know what we got at the end of the night? The fastest minute in comedy, the original fastest minute in comedy, baby. So stick around, and you two can scream for 1 minute at a time, and it's going to be utter chaos, you guys. All right, your next performer. Go. That's literally what it is. It's just go. We're all doing cocaine. It's like the end of leaving Las Vegas. That's what it feels like, you guys. That's what it's gonna be. All right, your next performer coming to stage. He's got 3 names. It's a triple threat steel cage match at WrestleMania of names. You guys coming up, coming in hot. It's Ian Ryland Smith. You guys.
Yay! Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna start off with a series of jokes that I call the heavy lifters. They require a little bit of heavy lifting to get them, so here it goes. I don't think Nazis should like the beach because it's a place where white people go to turn brown. Incest porn is just normal porn if you turn the sound off. There's a lot of potential there. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Women should be paid more than men because they have to buy twice as much underwear. Think about it. I'm waiting for you guys to laugh so I tell my next joke.
Yeah.
Twice as much underwear. So anyway, I'm from South Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking awful. I don't know, they used to call it the Sunshine State. Or at least that's what they taught me in 3rd grade. But I'm starting not to believe it as much because they also taught us the alphabet in tongues. And South Dakota is a very, 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 very white state. So white, in fact, that I'm a minority because I'm ginger.
Haha.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so white that other white people think I'm too white. I'm so white that I got sunburnt by a grow lamp. My mom really wanted fresh basil. I'm so white that I got sunburnt on a cloudy day. That one's true. I was lying about the grow lamp. But yeah, South Dakota's great. It's the greatest state ever. The best. Love South Dakota. I also love Gordon Ramsay. You guys know why Gordon Ramsay doesn't watch WWE on Monday nights?
Why?
Because it's Raw! How come Gordon Ramsay doesn't like the Egyptian god of the sun? Because it's Raw! One more. How come Gordon Ramsay doesn't serve food to the rapper Old Dirty Bastard?
Why?
Because he's dead. And he likes it raw!
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Thank you very much.
What? Give it up for Ian, you guys, real quick. Hell yeah. I love me some Gordon Ramsay. The best thing Gordon Ramsay ever said was, he was like, this burger is too raw. They're still worshiping it in India. And I was like, hell yeah. I'm offended, but I like it. It's one of the few times that I can appreciate a British dude going into places then telling them what to do. Historical reference. Fuck yeah. People are leaving left and right. This is amazing. All right, your next performer coming to the stage. He's not going to leave. He's a good dude. Give it up for Mike Pickerel.
Woo. All right, how you guys doing? So a little bit about myself. I'm actually a recovering addict. There was a time in my life when I was a homeless heroin addict, and now I'm doing comedy in my 30s because I'm still trying to hit bottom.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no, I actually made the decision when I was at the worst in my addiction to convert to veganism because I was worried about my health. Yeah, I couldn't possibly be the hundreds of dollars in narcotics I was putting in my body each day. It was definitely the cheese. That was the problem. And whenever people find out that you're like both vegan and an addict, they have a way bigger problem with the vegan part. Like, tell somebody you're a junkie, you get undeserved sympathy. Tell somebody you're a vegan, you get misplaced anger. Like, I used to have conversations with people where I would tell them, like, yeah, I used to like shoot up and live behind a dumpster, and they're just like, oh man, I can't believe you didn't eat bacon. Or my personal favorite was always like, oh, you're vegan, so you think you're better than me?
Yep.
I just stole money from you. So yes. Because I'm a comic, I have a lot of friends that still smoke weed, and a lot of them complain to me about their dealers coming over and like wanting to smoke with them after they bought weed and saying it's weird and stuff. And that's really not that weird. Something that is weird is like staying up all night doing heroin with your drug dealer and then going to church with his family the next day. Yeah, that's the true story of how I ended up on a Baptist church on the west side of Chicago. It was like a reverse Where's Waldo. The weirdest thing is that like I took him out for brunch the next day, or after brunch after that. His mom tried to ask me, so how did you guys meet? And like I was just like not mentally prepared for that conversation at all. It was less like bringing a knife to a gunfight and more like bringing beer to a Little League game. Just not ready. And she's like, so how did you guys meet? Intramural volleyball at the Y. That's you guys really don't know what your son does, do you? So I tried a bunch of like rehabs and stuff. I got sent to a bunch of rehabs, and when you finally quit, your family's all proud of you, telling you how much they love you. But it's like a really weird feeling knowing that like the greatest thing you've ever accomplished in your life is just not to do something. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, I grew up wanting to not be a doctor, and I've succeeded in that and feel like I should get way more credit. This has actually been really nice. This is my first time doing a Zoom show, and I'll leave you guys with this. I did just get some bad news recently. I just found out I was kicked out of school. I was in analogy school, which if you think about it is kind of like, I guess I'm never going to know.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's my time.
Yeah, Mike Pickerel. Here we go. All right, coming up next, give it up for Ilungo Gopalan. Yeah.
Thanks, Pratik. Thank you, Mark. I wanted to say that I also added on to being the third Indian on the show tonight. But if you ask my family and friends, they wouldn't really say I'm Indian. They'd call me a coconut, because I'm brown on the outside and filled with cocaine on the inside. But listen, I'm not going to ever bitch about Zoom, okay? Zoom allows me to do comedy, and for that, I'm going to be forever grateful, especially being a noob that I am. But I don't think all industries really have earned the right to be on Zoom just yet. So last week, I shit you not, the High Court in Singapore has now sentenced a drug dealer to death. They told him this shit over Zoom, okay? And we already knew countries like that were pretty draconian with their drug laws. But here's the thing. That guy did not get busted shipping tons of heroin through his suitcase at the airport. Not like, Claire Danes in Brokeback Palace. I didn't do it. No, that's not what happened at all. This is what happened. He made an introduction for a seller and a buyer. He connected two people together, and now he's going to hang next month. Look, man, I hate to tell you, but next time, just use LinkedIn, okay? LinkedIn's great for connections, but it's shit for jobs. I'm in the final round of what I think is a very promising job interview, and the CEO meets with me over Zoom, and this is what he tells me. Hey, listen, so about that compensation, it's performance-based. Oh, performance-based? Yeah, it's you get to keep what you kill. You keep what you kill. Okay, I thought it was 2020. I didn't realize that I got transported to the year 1823, where I'm an emaciated fur trapper living in some shithole outpost in South Dakota, trying to eke out an existence by eating buffalo testicles, while Indians, rehab center, not call center, are shooting arrows at my ass. All right. Listen, boss, just because I wear a mask in public that covers my nose and my face and sometimes my eyes doesn't make me your sub. Okay. So stop trying to fuck me in the ass and pay me an actual salary. I didn't get that job. I'll tell you though, 100% commission, it's not for everyone, but I have done that type of job before, all right? As a college student over Christmas break, I sold Cutco knives door to door to all the neighbors and friends of my parents. And the thing is, the shame that I brought upon my mom and dad, to them, to me, I made $200 in a month. To them, I was the human equivalent of one of those robotic, I made $6,000 last week working from home YouTube comments.
Uh-huh.
Okay? While I was cutting my own finger off accidentally doing a knife demonstration, my father had a knife and he was slashing up my birth certificate. Meanwhile, my mother is hyperventilating like that woman from Midsummer.
Uh-huh.
Blame them. Look, my parents came, they emigrated here from India. They wanted me to be big. They wanted me to be great. They wanted me to be a leader. But ultimately, I became, in their eyes, a boss babe. Thank you.
Yeah, go. Come here, guys. All right, coming up next here. Why does it sound like I'm so slow? That's just how I'm talking. Hell yeah. Your next performer also runs an open mic Saturday mornings. I know how to talk. Not Saturday mornings. Used to be Saturday mornings when it was at Shakers. Now it's Saturday at 4. Weekend Remedy. You can message her about it. But right now, give it up for Grace K. Snyder, you guys. K. Snyder.
Oh, woo! All right. Woo! Nervous. I'm in my kitchen. It's also my office. It's also where I try to avoid my roommates, which is impossible because I have all the food here. I am the winner. Like, if the shit hits the fan, I can lock that door. Actually, there are no locks, so I'm trapped. My name's Grace. I lived in Alaska for 15 years. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm a Southerner who decided that they needed to get a lot more open spaces and found out that it's just a bunch of white people up there. I'm just kidding. It's really not. There's a lot of snow. People ask me a lot, is it snowing all the time? No, it's not. With climate change, it's irregular. It really doesn't matter. You could probably grow a pecan tree right now where I used to live. I live in Chicago currently. This is Chicago, my version of Chicago. Obviously, I'm a little nervous because I don't want to talk too loudly because I don't want my roommates to hear me, my neighbors to hear me. I'm fortunate I have neighbors. However, I lived in a cabin in the woods in Alaska for about 6.5 years, which means all my weird behaviors were never seen. Now I go outside and my neighbors watch me talk to myself. Fortunately, there's a mask now, which right now is just this at this point, which means I can talk to myself, no problem. It's pretty awesome. I actually want to do a callback, but it's totally too late. Oh, yeah, I'll just say we've had some talent from India. Thank you, Pratik, for bringing that on. I'm being ghosted right now by an Indian man from Muzaffarnagar. Is that Muzaffarnagar, north of Delhi? So feeling even whiter right now. It is so quiet. It is so quiet right now. So quiet. Good. All right, breathe. I used to do a joke where I would talk about, so my ex and I, we were together for about 6.5 years. I'm technically divorced, but not legally because we never got married. We did within the first 7 months of our relationship have an abortion because you should get that out of the way. Like just clear the slate, clear the ovaries, clear the uterus. I had my abortion on an outhouse and I'm not shitting you. Although I was shitting there. But one of the things I should have realized at the time with like early on, we dated for another 6.5, 7 years, is that it was a pretty good relationship with his dog. When I was out there on the outhouse going through the RU486, which is just a pill that helps you basically like, I totally took my video off. I was going to hit thank you. And anyway, it's a pill, basically gets rid of the abortion, gets rid of the fetus. It was early on. It was a bunch of cells. It was a hard choice. Still not over it. Just kidding. I'm over it. Also, though, we burned it because we had an outhouse that was actually a bucket. So you had to empty it at one point. Really don't know my audience right now. But the point is, come back. You're in Chicago. Stay with me. But yeah, my ex never checked on me that night until I was back on the floor, like in pain on the tile floor, crumpling. But his dog did. His dog checked on me. That was a very good dog. I miss her a lot. Right now, I'm just happy to be here. Thanks so much for hosting this, Mark, Pratik. Great job. This is fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maybe see y'all on Saturday at 4 p.m. This is fun. Y'all are a great group. Back to y'all.
Praise K. Snyder, you guys. Hell yeah.
Yay.
This
Praise the
microphone
Lord.
isn't recorded. It's not even plugged in. Look at that. Hell yeah. Means nothing, you guys. Fuck yeah. This is great. I have no AC on, you guys. No fans, because if I turn on my fan, it's gonna make too much noise. So I'm committing to comedy by almost getting heat stroke. Give it up for me, you guys. Hell yeah. Fuck my health. Am I right? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sweating hard. How hard am I sweating? I'm sweating like Patrick Ewing at the free throw line in 1998. He's got COVID. He's not doing well. Pray for Patrick Ewing, you guys. He was in a Snickers commercial 2 years ago. He needs the money. All right. Your next comedian coming to the stage. Hell yeah. I agree with whoever's talking right now. I agree with all of them. Hell yeah. Your next performer coming to the stage. Big fan of this dude. I'm glad that he's back doing comedy now through the virtual comedy sphere. Give it up for Nathan Gibson, you guys. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's muted.
Usually in Chicago, but right now I'm in Indiana, commonly known as the South's middle finger. And I go to the grocery store, and I'm secretly trying to radicalize them because they're the grocery store employees are teenagers and they live in trouble. So I'll just come up with things like, "Hey, essential employee, does that mean to give you health care? Oh man, if we had just a nationalized healthcare system, you wouldn't have to worry about that trying to get a job that gives you that." I'm just trying to throw thoughts into teenage brains right now. This is the closest I'm getting to radicalizing anything. Although, since we are experiencing COVID and the pandemic and the quarantine, I feel like this is the time that we can start a revolution and get people in America on board with how great bidets are. Have you ever been using a bidet? Oh, they're great. It's like Sierra Mist for the colon. It's so refreshing. I'm not a lobbyist. You can accuse me of being in the big pocket of big bidet. I'm just because I believe they should be subsidized. Do you know bidets make hemorrhoids feel better?
Yeah.
Did you know that when women go through pregnancy, there's times that they will experience hemorrhoids? Are you against bidets? Well, let me ask you, why are you against women? It's perfect for the sweaty taint weather we're about to get coming on up. Honestly, I don't understand. We're a country that likes to brag about how much ass they eat. Why not just get the cleanest as possible? Get on board with the bidet. It's so refreshing that one time I went afterwards. You might be able. Did anyone grow up with Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The TV.
Never heard of it.
I had a thought go through my head the other day of a show I used to watch on Nickelodeon. It was a game show. It was not Double Dare. It was family members having to guess facts about their own family. And I have this distinct memory of this parent being asked what this 10-year-old kid's favorite song is. And the answer he got wrong. It was Marcy Playground, Sex and Candy. And I remember the preteen kid going, yes. And now here in 2020, I just realized that kid was really proud that he got the word sex said on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
There's probably bars you have gone to and said, hey, I got the word sex on Nickelodeon and got a person's number. And I want to tell, and I don't know if that person's still alive. I just want that person to know that I am very proud of them. So proud that I'm going to end it there.
Yeah. Oh, surprise ending.
Nathan Gibson, ECW. Am I right? All right, let's keep this going. Your next performer coming to the stage. Get ready, get set. Rage Bella.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? Thank you. I was reading an article. It was an interview with actress Olivia Munn, and in this article, she described how she was sexually harassed by Brett Ratner, who's the director producer of the Rush Hour movies. And what this guy did apparently is she got called to his trailer, and she was standing there. And as she was standing there, he came out of a back room, naked, masturbating with his right hand, and holding a shrimp cocktail in his left hand. And seeing that, I was like, that's disgusting and horrible and awful and a weird attempt at multitasking. That's just odd. Like, but what I want to know is what exactly did he think was going to happen? Like, how did he think that was going to play out? I think he just thought he'd come out and he'd be like, "Hey, girl, what's up? Yeah, I'm super horny. I also want to eat these shrimp. Can you help me out?" I don't know. Yeah. He actually was quoted as saying, when he heard about that, he was quoted as saying, Brett Ratner was quoted as saying that it wasn't a big deal. But if that's the case, why didn't he do the same thing Jackie Chan is what I want to know. That's really what I need to know about that. I was watching another documentary about the Westboro Baptist Church. It was a Louis Theroux documentary. And there was one scene where they're protesting something. It's a funeral or something or other. And there's a teen girl, and she's holding a sign. It's a very well-known sign. You've probably all seen it. And it says, "God hates fags." And Louis Theroux asked this teen girl, he goes, "Why do you hate gay people?" And what she said was, "I don't hate fags. God hates fags." And I'm like, way to throw God under the bus, bitch. Like what kind of bullshit is that? You know, that's like high school shit, man. You know, God was up there like, "Dude, I have gay friends. What are you talking about?" Okay. Which, by the way, is what all racists say when you call them a racist and they don't want to admit it, right? Is that they have friends of whatever race they're disparaging. I mean, Nazis hate Jews, but I bet they don't go to an Aryan deli, you know, for a good rye. I'm turning 50 in a month and a half.
Yay!
No, stop, please. I'm not happy about this at all. But I'm like, I feel old, like, but the other day I was telling myself, I'm like, you know what? Don't let this get to you. You're doing stand up. You want to continue this, progress in this. You got to think young. You got to feel young. You got to act young. So do not let turning 50 turn you into an old man. And I said all of that while I was watching Antiques Roadshow. Bitching about the appraisals, you know? That chair's not $1,000. I'd pay $20 for that, period. That's it. I want to leave you guys with this. Yeah, I don't know how many of you heard this. You heard about these fast food restaurants that have their secret menus? Like stuff that's not on their menus, but if you order it, they know what it is. McDonald's has an item, and I'm not making this up. It's called the McGangbang. It is a McChicken sandwich stuffed between the patties of a double cheeseburger. Yeah, and it's called a McGangbang. And I really hope that not only do they put that on their menu someday, I hope they make a Happy Meal out of it. Because I think it would be great to order the McGangbang Happy Meal. It's the only Happy Meal where the toy is a butt plug. And I think that would be enjoyable for everybody. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Ray Jubella, 50 years young, fountain of youth, baby. Hell yeah. We were talking about the Westboro Baptist Church, because this is how old this joke is. I wanted to infiltrate the Westboro Baptist Church, except my sign wouldn't say "God hates fags." My sign is gonna say "God hates facts, frequently asked questions, baby." Yeah. God, I wouldn't want to hear the same question over and over again. Made in my image. What up? All right. Nathan Gibson met them twice. Your next comedian coming to stage. I've seen him on the virtual mic circuit. It is a circuit now, baby. Give it up for Arvin Clay.
Still needs
Hey, everybody.
Hold on. I gotta find
Exasperated
I'm not
sigh.
switched over yet. Still seeing you.
It keeps moving every time I try to do it. People are going on and off video.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, timer is not started. Sorry, Arvin.
Capoeira, baby.
There we go. Hey, everybody, let's give it up for my cat, right?
Yeah, that's
Kitty,
I've had him since he was a kitten. His name is Bukkake. Why is my cat named Bukkake? I'm so glad you asked, because otherwise this bit would have gone to shit. My cat's name is Bukkake because my mom has absolutely no idea what the word means. So when he was a kitten, frequently my mom would ask me if I had any pictures of Bukkake.
Yeah.
If I could send that Bukkake video to my sister. And hey, do you still have that Bukkake website up? I know it's been a couple of years, but I want to send it to you. Sure, it was a long con, but really, really worth it. Hey, I want to give a shout out to all the people who've kind of talked about addiction tonight and their struggles and the way that they've gotten through it. I'm actually a recovered alcoholic myself. My story is very, very similar to the Amy Winehouse song. You know, well, they tried to make me go to rehab, and I said, you know, that's probably for the best. I am totally under control. And that was 14 years ago, and that's actually when I started socially isolating because all my friends started talking to me. So I've been quarantined with my cats for 2 months now, and they have been getting so fucking needy. Oh my God. It's like I'm always feeding them or changing their litter or rolling their joints because I have opposable thumbs. I'm just kidding about that last part. I can't roll a joint. Never been able to do that. So look, I'm missing the old part of 2020, the OG 2020. You know, right after the holidays, where my depression-induced game of Russian roulette with my bank account turned out all right. You know, I'm still here. I still have an apartment. It's amazing. My 2020 started off with me taking a DNA test and finding out I am 100% that bitch, which then led to a series of questions as to whether or not I should buy my ancestry kit at Costco, because I think Kirkland Labs, really good with your photos, not so good with your genetics. The other part of 2020, the weird part that I miss was when we thought the most insane thing that was going to happen was Gwyneth Paltrow selling out of a vagina-scented candle through her company Goop. Now that got me thinking a lot about panty sniffing, and not because I need another expensive, time-consuming hobby, but I was really, really kind of wondering if this was going to kind of normalize panty sniffing the way that 50 Shades of Grey kind of normalized BDSM culture, or the Catholic Church normalized molesting kids. You know, just something that is accepted across the board. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm just going to leave it there. My name is Arvin.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's just keep this train going. Mark, you want to keep this train going?
Yeah, keep it going, dude. Yeah, we're going.
We got 20 more comics and so many people. No, there's not that many people.
We don't have 20 more comics. Don't say that's gonna scare everybody. Like people who are like fifth to go up are gonna go to bed. We don't want anyone going to bed, Pratik.
Don't go to bed. Stay up late. Give it
At
up.
least for the fastest minute.
Stay for the fastest minute. Stay for me. Stay for everybody, and give it up for your next performer, Brooke Barcel. Yeah.
Hi. Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I thought there was a Katie Zane, but she must have had technical difficulties or something. So here I am, ready to tickle you with my words. I used to use proximity as my main flirting tool, so I'm really losing out. Every time I try to write Cosby jokes, I fall asleep. Haven't finished one. That's fine, probably. I'm kind of like a mermaid. I don't know if you can tell. I have really, really long hair, and I'm always wet. I'm also like a unicorn because I'm magic and super horny, like everyone can tell. Kind of a big- I'm looking for my centaur, you know, like set on top, hung like a horse, just mount him from the back. Okay, cool. I don't get sick, you guys. I just get cuck colds. COVID-19, I thought he was 30. You know, people that give people roofies, they're tasteless and salty. This is not a nut-free facility. This facility does process nuts, although it has been a while.
Yeah.
I have a lot of rocks and heavy things on my headboard. One is a magical crystal. Don't judge it. But it's just proof that I can't have, you know, sex because it would hurt. I kind of want sex to hurt, but I'm not saying like I want to get a rock on my head. I'd rather just be sticky. Shit, I messed that up. I'd rather be picky than sticky. I was saying that I'd rather be sticky, and that's not true. It's not true. Although the 69 fairy is real. I know this because every morning I wake up with cum underneath my pillow.
No.
I looked up the difference between a nut and a legume, and nuts just have one seed, but a legume has many, many seeds. So I'm hoping to get like, I don't know, legumes on. Anywho, that's been my time. Thank you so much, Mark, for putting this together. Thanks, Pratik. And thank you, everyone else, for making me laugh.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me okay? I feel like I can't even hear myself. One more time for Brooke. One more time for Brooke. Yeah, Brooke. Yeah, Brooke. We're going to keep going. Other community coming up. Oh my God, I can't breathe. We're supposed to wear masks everywhere. I'm not going to do this. I'm just telling you right now. I can't even breathe in this. It's terrible. If it was cold out, maybe. Maybe if it was cold out, I would do this. All right. Anyways, get on out here, Michael Cooper.
Hey guys, how's it going? Doing well. So I went back home to visit my family. They bought me a pair of steel-toed work boots for my birthday. I write corporate training for a living, you know? It didn't make any sense. My dad was like, yeah, but you're a man and a man needs steel-toed work boots. Like, I don't know. I write poetry in my spare time. Also, I think what a man needs is to be able to get out of bed after the age of 55 without going, ow, because of some shit he did in his 20s for $7.25 an hour. That's what I think a man needs. You know, I think everybody needs that. Did y'all know an Alabama effeminate is a Chicago toxic masculine? It's really, really amazing because, like, back home, they'll be like, yeah, you're still a lady because, yes, you killed the deer, but you didn't make its family watch. I bring my dress back home, lipstick, makeup, dress. There's still one that goes, hey, dude, what's up? Explain this to me, you know? It's almost like your beliefs on gender are less about actual beliefs on gender and more about wanting the son you never had. You know what? I'm gonna stop doing stand-up just to my dad. I went to the grocery store earlier. It was like playing Frogger, but like with disease. How are you scared enough to hoard supplies, but you're not scared enough to, you know, stand over there. How healthy do I look, really? I look like I've been sharing needles because I couldn't figure out how meth works. Also, you're hoarding supplies at the Walgreens. They were buying all the soup. How are you going to survive the apocalypse on a Walgreens amount of soup? You know? Hey, do y'all think R. Kelly just did all this shit to get a cabinet position? Folks, I'm in between jobs. It's a little scary. Last time I was in between jobs, I ended up working out at Domino's. I had to ask a 17-year-old's permission to smoke a cigarette. And he was like, no. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What's the worst thing's going to happen if I don't let you smoke right now? Come on, bro. So there's a lot of security cameras here, so 20 to life. Anyway, that's my time. I got to log off and listen to Freebird while I cut myself. Well, really, I can do that. I just got to mute. So I guess I'll see you the next time.
Thank you, Michael Cooper. Thank you, Michael Cooper. Didn't R. Kelly do a lot of that stuff under the Clinton administration anyways? Wasn't that I mean, the joke works that way too.
Yeah, that's the thing. I really thought, I was like, well, this joke might not work with changes in our system, like if Bernie wins and then it was Joe Biden.
Yeah. Renew that joke. Guys, we're going to keep going, guys. We get to the fastest minute, which is my favorite part of the night. It happens to be the end of the night. When I get to the fastest minute, you get to do a quick speed run, and it's stupid and crazy. But in the meantime, Jonathan Shadden.
Hey everybody. I know there's been a lot of weird stuff and a lot of like maybe depressing stuff going on, but I actually had something cool happen in my life semi-recently. I am engaged to be married.
Yay!
Yeah. I'm glad some of you are excited about it because when I was telling my friends I was going to propose, they instantly negated the idea and said it was really dumb. And it's weird because we've been dating, my fiance and I have been dating for 5 years, I think, at this point. And these same people always said we look really cute together. But the moment I told them I was going to propose while she was on the toilet, everyone was like, oh, that's a terrible idea. You're throwing your life away. But like, I had a romantic reason for it. They were just making a judgment and they didn't understand why. Because my fiance and I have a belief that every relationship should have a taboo, like some sort of line you can't cross until you're married. But when we decided this, we realized we have done every single taboo you can think of in a relationship. We've had sex before marriage. We've had sex in the dog-like style position. And those are all the fetishist things I can think of. So we were like, we need to have some sort of line in the sand. And she said, well, you can't be in the bathroom when I'm in the bathroom. I said, fine. So anytime she went to the bathroom, she'd yell, you can't come in here. You know why? I go, why? And she goes, because we're not married. So I get the ring and I set it under the sink. And like, as soon as I set it under the sink, she actually comes home and goes to the bathroom. And I have to get her attention because I don't want her to find it herself. That'll ruin the surprise. So I'm thinking maybe if I pretend to hurt myself really badly, she'll get the peroxide. So I'm about to kick something really hard and pretend I need to go to the hospital. And I realize maybe, okay, I have some, understanding of the way the world works. Maybe that's pushing it a little too far. So I just say, hey, can you check under the sink? She goes, okay. So I hear something and then I hear, oh my God, my poop went back up my butt.
No.
She opens the door from the bathroom and I'm on one knee looking up at her because I'm traditional. And I say, will you marry me? She looks at me and says, my poop went back up my butt. My poop went back up my butt. And I go, I'm not hearing a no. So we got engaged. We celebrated by watching Blue Valentine and A Marriage Story. So I asked her, I was like, is it okay to actually perform this set on stage? Is like, cause and she goes, oh yeah, it's fine to talk about if you think it's okay. And I thought that was super cool because some people are like really like get upset when you bring personal things to the table. So she's really chill. So thank her for that. All right, have a good one, everybody.
Woo! Hey, Jonathan, if you need more positions, you should go back and watch the stream for Yash Punati's set.
Yep.
I don't want to pay royalties.
It's gonna cost you.
Intellectual property.
I think that's our next comedian. If I'm not mistaken, our next comedian is usually performs outside. Where's your mask, Tristan? Please welcome Tristan A. Smith.
Woo!
Oh shit! Oh, I keep muting him and unmuting him.
I took care of it. All right, give it up for Mark. Clap for him, maybe, and also Pavik for doing this. Yeah, I perform outside for a reason, though. Like, I perform outside because I have not cleaned up my apartment, and I would much rather risk my death to COVID-19 than have you see my kitchen. So I think that's a reasonable exchange. I think a lot of people have taken this time to like better themselves. Not me. I'm not. I'm gonna become a worse person in every way while trying to be safe. I think that's the best legacy that I can try to have. The only problem is every time a car passes, you lose all the sound. So I do. This is not the perfect idea. And for some reason, it's Memorial Day and there's a hell of cars outside right now. You can look if you want to. Yeah, I don't know if anybody needed that. All right. I had a set that I wanted to do. It's like people tell me like obviously we're all comedians and we're all doing Zoom mics. And like when I first tell people I was going to do Zoom mics, they thought I was crazy. They're like, why would you do a Zoom mic? The fact that you're doing a Zoom mic means that somebody could break into it. You know, like a racist person could break into the mic, they could hack it, and they can maybe say some racist stuff. I was like, if you think that's the biggest fear of doing a comedy on a Zoom mic, try doing comedy. Like this is just an open mic in general. It's not. Any hacker that has to know how to break into an open mic really could just sign up. Like that's, you don't have to do all that effort. By the way, Mark, you gave me that tag, so thank you. I'm gonna keep using that now.
I forgot I did.
I've been feeling very guilty about using it for the last 2 weeks, so thank you. This is my way of airing it out. Anywho, like also, I think I kind of knew that this. I think I knew that this virus affected Black people and brown people more than everybody else. The reason I knew that even before the news said so. Because any disease that makes you not be able to get a haircut is gonna affect us more. I think that's just for sure true. The worst part about COVID-19, other than death in alone, is the fact that like I don't really know where I stand in terms of racism. The other day, a woman was walking behind me. She was white. And she crossed the other side of the street. And I don't know if it's because of my Black skin or because of her being conscientious. Like I miss, COVID makes me miss racism. I think that's the thing I've learned. Because now I just got to be in the dark. All right, that's not the best joke I've ever had. Also, I don't know who that laugh was from, but thank you. Another thing Zoom comedy has really helped me realize is how much I love comedy. Because I know I love comedy, and like this really reinforces that. The other thing it's taught me is how much I hate comedians, all of you. I truly realized when I get to meet comedians from all over the world, I don't like it. There's still maybe only 5 that I can stand. And this is a shame because I was hanging out with several of you last night. I was like, oh my God, I didn't need more of this. Give it up for Mark for doing this. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you, Tristan. I'm available to write buttons and hopefully be on your top 5 comedians that you like. Like I'll help you with that. That's awesome. It's good to see you, Tristan. Yeah, you're probably avoid comics in real life and just keep it on Zoom now. That's it. It's a closeted thing that we do now, comedy. Just keep it that way. All right, I'll stop rambling. Our next comedian, I have to look for him right now. Well, I don't see where. There. Oh, there we go. Alex Blodgett.
Yeah. What's up? I'm autistic. I'm Alex. I don't give the appropriate response in the moment. My communication is equivalent to someone leaving a like on Facebook on a traumatic event.
Shit.
Seriously. So with Asperger's, I grew up regressed in age. When I was 13, I acted like I was 9. I'm 26 now. I act like I'm 9. But on the advantages, I have perfect recall memory. So when you bullied me on the playground, I remembered. I remember everything. Kyle. So now I have PTSD. You know, sorry, fuck that up. So I'm also bisexual, and that's fun. And those two sides are always fighting. You know, my bi side desperately wants to come bursting out of the closet, while my autistic side is perfectly happy in the closet with the door locked. So I also have PTSD. Going back to that other joke. My bi side, you know, hesitant to come out of the closet because, you know, it remembers the last time it tried to. PTSD is like riding a bike. You never forget. And with Asperger's, you really never forget. Kyle. So you may have noticed I shine on stage, especially with the overhead lighting. My hairdresser was the one who shined the light on this topic. You know you're going to be bald by the time you're 30? Wow, you are not getting a great tip. Can't you tell me I look handsome or something before you go dropping a fucking realist bomb on me like that? You're more like Tony Stark, though less Iron Man, more iron deficiency. So I've started growing this beard, bald head and beard without an ounce of intimidation. With this baby face, bald head, and long beard, I'm just going to look like the fucking Gerber baby joined a motorcycle gang. I haven't done anything about my balding because Rogaine's expensive and I don't have enough plasma to prevent balding. I can just see going on a daily basis and the nurse asking, wow, you're in here a lot. Did you get your girlfriend pregnant? No, I'm just trying to save up for the deposit on Hair Club for Men. I mean, my girlfriend found a bald spot the other day, like a straight up bald spot. You're not supposed to have those at 26. Maybe my Asperger's age's regressions is taking me back to infancy. You know, I blame it on my dad. He's entirely bald too. I know. It's genetically passed on the mother's side. But it's not fair to blame her. Society blames women for enough. You know who discovered maternal lineage for male pattern baldness? A whole bunch of male scientists with mommy issues. I know it's not my mommy's fault. She's got a full head of hair. That's my time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Alex Blodgett. Alex, he's going to be on the Speakeasy Comedy Showcase weekend this Friday at 9:30 Central Time, 7:30 Pacific. Wanted to get that out there. I posted the rest of the list so you know what is going to, you know, everybody who's going to be up before the Fastest Minute in Comedy. I don't see our next comedian in the room. Is Joe Smith here? I do not see Joe Smith. Does anyone see a Joe Smith? I do not see Joe Smith, at least on camera.
Nope.
No Joe Smith, and I don't see.
The Rock. There's somebody named Rock.
I don't know who Rock is. I messaged them too, and I don't see Damian Turner either. Does anyone see Damian Turner?
No.
I don't see Damian Turner. If they come up here and if they say something, they could come back on. But in the meantime, it is the Chicago homeboy, Ron Irvin, comedy.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Mark, woo! How have you been since we talked a week ago?
I think I talked to you today. Well, you look very cyberspacey. I like it.
It's the green screen. I got a green screen today.
Yeah.
It's fucking ginormous, and I use it to put this shit up. I spend my money wisely. I won't do stand up on Zoom mics. I absolutely refuse. It's not going to happen. I just want. It's just true. I just want to like argue with Nathan about wrestling. That's all I want to do. Is he still in here?
Not again.
Is he still in here?
I muted him. Oh no.
He left? Oh, that's fucking disappointing.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, okay. Pratik, I love the beard. I love the quarantine beard.
Thank you, sir.
That's great. Has it gotten gross yet?
Nah, man, I wash this shit every day, baby.
Damn. What a king. What a brown king. Damn.
You're canceled now. Sorry.
I know, it's fine.
That's it, man. Mute you.
Yeah. Oh my God. I really hate that Nathan left. What's everybody been watching? Give me recommendations.
Dark Side of the Ring. That's what I'm watching.
What's Dark Side of the Ring?
What do you think? Guess from the context clues, Ryan.
Ah.
Stargirl. I watched Stargirl yesterday. The first
What
episode.
is that?
It's a DC streaming show.
Dude, every time I come on here, everybody just recommends me DC shit.
No, I'm gonna start muting people.
That's what gets muted is wrestling and DC recommendations.
It's gonna be a new rule.
That's awesome.
Jim Jarmusch is okay.
But that's it.
House of Duplass is fine.
Yes. Jarmusch and Duplass are the only references that are allowed at the mic. I think that's fantastic. I think we need more fascist mics. I think we need more Criterion Bro mics.
Yeah.
Don't even come up here and think you're going to do 4 minutes if you ain't got at least 4 on your shelf, bro. Can we trade? Criterion people trade, and it's like, just fucking buy a DVD. I don't understand. Do you buy anything from Criterion, Mark? Because you feel like if anybody, it would be you.
No, I don't. I think I accidentally kept one from the Netflix DVD. I had a Criterion of something, and I accidentally kept it. And and what they charged me is probably way less than Criterion would have charged.
That's
Probably
great.
get-
That's the loophole that's what Netflix doesn't want you to know.
All right, so here you guys go. This is how you make money. Then
Okay.
you eBay.
You can do that. Dude, should we do that?
Yeah, let's start doing that around until we
Okay,
go.
let's get a fucking money ring going with Netflix DVDs that we just keep. That's fucking awesome. I've literally just been playing like N64 games the entire time. That's all. That's all I've been doing. That's been my life. I bought a new computer today. That fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah.
I went to Costco for the second time in my life because I
Oh.
go to Sam's Club like a refined gentleman. I did. I had never been to Costco ever. Except for like previously once with my roommate. But you go in to buy a fucking computer. Am I the only person who ever goes to the fucking grocery store ever for just like 3 things? That's my observational comedy. I'm the only person who's ever going to the grocery store that's not shopping for a fucking army. I'm like, excuse me, get out of my way. I know, yes, food, water, whatever, great. I need that iMac so I can play GoldenEye in my room, all right? And put Big Dick Kirby up behind me.
Big Dick is back.
Yeah, Big Dick is back in town. Have you seen the real video of it? Like the real picture of this guy, what this is based off of?
Find it in for the fastest man to do.
Dude, I will show it. It's literally just like an old guy who walks around New York City wearing the sweater. I wish he was my dad. He's fantastic.
All right, that was Ron's time. Ron,
Yeah,
that was
boy.
Tightest set of the night. I love it. Yeah, Nathan's going nuts, but I had to mute him because Nathan, you got to figure out your audio. Your audio is the same person doing Katie Miner's video, so we got to figure this out. Our next comedian, guys, please welcome. He's also in Chicago, Andrew Shanklin.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Well, I'll do my jokes. How about that, huh?
Yeah.
I don't like it when people they ask how you lost your virginity. What a stupid question. How did you lose your virginity? By having sex, dummy. I visited New York City last summer, and I was in New York. I was in New York when Jeffrey Epstein died, which just made me realize I was like, wow, New York really is a tough town. This financial wizard with all these connections couldn't cut it. What makes me think I'm gonna do better? Good. When I was in high school, I carried around a copy of V for Vendetta for 2 years. And and I'm upset that we didn't get voted cutest couple. Been playing a lot of Halo. I like Halo because it's a game where a girl tells me what to do. That's pretty fun, right? Cortana's basically my frickin' girlfriend right now. All right. It's just a premise. I know a lot of gals with daddy issues, and they always want you to have sex, and it's like, hey, that's not gonna help you get closer to your dad. Why don't you play some board games with him, huh? I don't like astrology. I like the Myers-Briggs test better. I don't want constellations. Tell me about my personality. I want to be condensed into a grouping of 4 random letters. That's what I would like. I am an INFJ, which I've been told is the rarest personality, which just sounds like a polite way of diagnosing someone with something, you know? You're like, no, there's nothing wrong with you. You just have an uncommon personality. My mom has been getting really into knitting. She likes knitting things for babies, which is crazy because me and my sisters do not have kids. So it just feels like she's trying to extort us into having grandchildren.
Yeah.
She's like, I got a nice little head here. It'd be a shame if no one could wear it. Oh boy. I'm gonna give my time back to the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew Shanklin. I wasn't ready for it. I was just.
I saw it.
It's all good. Andrew, I like your headset. I think you and Jonathan had similar headsets, and I feel like you guys would, Jonathan Shannon, I feel like you guys would both play Halo together.
Yeah.
And be on a squad called the White Knights or something.
Love it.
I can't make jokes for myself. That was just me. No, I love you guys. Love everybody here. I'm looking for
joke, Mark.
You liked it? I got Pratik's approval. Then I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna write that down, and that's gonna get me on Conan. That's what's gonna happen, guys. Our next person coming down. I said Pearson because that's their last name, but I meant to say person as well. Is Nancy Person?
Yeah.
Yay! Hi everyone. Hope everybody's doing fine. I've been writing a few jokes, but this was one I started at open mics right before the quarantine started, so it might be a little dated. But it's like, is your skin a part of you or not? Because people seem to argue weird stuff like this. Is your blood a part of you? Like, yes and no, right? Then why the fuck were we arguing whether the Kool-Aid Man was the liquid or the fucking glass, right? It's just the laziest form of thesis of shit I've ever read. And just the real problem I have with that is that it's actually us ignoring the real questions. Like, why is the Kool-Aid guy, why do we only see red Kool-Aid people? I've drank other Kool-Aid flavors. They're trying to cover up a racial genocide going in the Kool-Aid world. That's all I'm thinking. Like, it's also them just trying to fucking cover up all the other shit. Like, you know, when Mr. Planter died during the Super Bowl, they brought him back and then they straight up did hashtag baby nut. Like, you know that they're trying to cover up the Planter's pedophile ring. Yeah, that's about as much as I was hoping. But God, I've been during quarantine. I'm non-binary and I'm like pan or bi or however people prefer me to label myself with sexuality. But it's like, I don't know. I've been talking to a lot of friends about going on estrogen soon, so I don't have to shave every day, and so I can grow like awesome tits and shit. But whenever I talk about with like not my queer friends, they're always like, "Do you want to get the surgery though?" Like, that's a question they always ask. And I'm just like, there are 2 surgeries I'm looking into getting. And that's the Marilyn Manson and the Marilyn Monroe. The Marilyn Manson's when I remove my bottom ribs so I can suck my own dick. And the Marilyn Monroe's when I remove my top ribs so I can suck my own tits. Like, my goals are just to be an autoerotic, boneless sex ball, all right? It's also, but, like, I work at a gay bar, so I'm also like the straightest guy at the gay bar. It's like weird. It's been really great because they need to get rid of all their beer, and since nobody else is drinking it, I've had like 5 fridges full of free beer. But it's also like reminding me of how circles are weird for me. Like with my straight circles, I'm the only one drinking a Cosmo and shit talking the Bears defense. And with my gay circles, I'm the only one drinking beer and shit talking their defense about Andrew Lloyd Webber because he's a shitty writer. All right, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Nancy Person.
Woo, yeah.
Guys, it's time. It's why I do the mic. It is why I do the mic. This is why I do it. It's time for the fastest minute in comedy. Go, go, go. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this because a lot of people left. Yeah, keep yelling, go. I don't give a shit.
Go, 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 go,
go.
Ran out of stamina. Go, go.
Go.
I got a microphone for this. It doesn't work. I'm stealing from Pratik's bit where it's not working. No, I'm not gonna do that. Guys, so I'm gonna go through the list. I'm gonna say your name. I'm gonna try to find you on video, and I'm just gonna turn you off of video. And when you're done, you get 1 minute, no light, no light. I'm just gonna keep it moving. And I don't know who is here or not here. So if I say your name, unmute yourself and speak up because it makes it easier to find you as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna depend on the speaker focus to do it.
You could do a roll call.
Yeah, well, that's what this is. This is just really a roll.
This is roll call.
This is it. So if you bomb the first time, this is the redemption round. No one's ever redeemed themselves. You'll just do that again. Don't go. If you're at a Zoom open mic to do fucking good, then you're not doing the right thing. Like just work on bits, whatever. Bomb with bits, right? Ron, you're with me. Bomb with bits.
Bomb with bits, but I didn't bomb with bits, baby. But
I know.
I don't preach what I.
It's fine. You can say it though. Our first comedian for coming up is Alex Avery. Alex Avery, I think left. Mike Fountain. Mike Fountain, you here? No. IRA Claybourne, you here? I thought I saw you. Yeah, IRA Claybourne.
Ira's here.
Go.
We're more in common than Christians think. We like Chick-fil-A. We're all sinners. We all have strong opinions on sodomy. If gays have to avoid Chick-fil-A, I think straight people should have to avoid somewhere. My recommendation is Broadway. Straight harassment there should be totally okay. Tivas are the universal mating call for lesbians. Dad and lesbians have lots in common. Tivas, strap-ons, sweater vests. We all have to date moms. Kind of unavoidable. Trying to go from fuckboy to father right now. It didn't work because I got quarantine broken up with. I'm quarantingle. Ready to mingle? Nope. Not at all. Not going to mingle because I live in Augusta, Georgia, where I dated all three of the lesbians that are out at the same time. I feel like that's pretty close to my time, so I don't know if I should start talking about STDs, but I'm gonna until you take me off the screen. It has the sixth highest rate of STDs anywhere, and that's not funny. But it's where I live, so please send help as soon as possible because I'm gay and that's okay, but where I live, you can't be this.
Yeah, that was exactly a minute. Go. We're gonna
Go.
Mike is here, but I did not see him on video, and he didn't reply yet. So I don't know if he wants to do it. Mike, if you want to do it, just speak up now. Otherwise, Petty Man's back.
Go.
I'm so jealous of all you people in relationships during this pandemic. I'm almost 30 and I've never been in a relationship, probably because of my beauty. Can't think of any other reason. No other. My sexual fantasy is bed at 9 p.m. My safe word is Margaret Thatcher. I lost my virginity wearing my grandmother's sweater. So, thanks, Grandma. Woo. Why did I point to heaven? We're Jews. I don't think we're allowed there. All right, I'm out of time.
Yeah. Not out of time, but yeah, that's good. Give it back to the room, too.
Go.
I think Yasher Coffee left and Kurt Seablom definitely did leave. Either of them are to speak up. Otherwise, Dana Wisson, are you still here? I don't see Dana either. Dana Pisson Wisson. Was that her, or was that just someone trying to help? No.
No, Ira.
No, it's all good. It's all fun and weird and wild. Our next comedian, Katie Miners, I thought was here, but I think she just left.
Yeah, Katie was here and then left immediately.
I think it was when I said that you're going to bomb on your second time. Laura Hug left. Good to see Laura. Is Chris Hudson here? I don't see Chris. Lundberg was here for a while. I think Lundberg ended up going to. She went to drink some water. She went to the watering hole at the beach to drink some water. It was done with feeding time. Yash Punani left. Kelly, is Kelly here?
Nope.
Ian's here.
I'm here.
Yeah, there. Keep speaking out. I'll do
All right.
Oh, how do I do this?
Oh, you got to click on me. All right, here we go. I'm just going to do rapid fire Kim Jong-un jokes. How come Kim Jong-un is the leader of North Korea? He's the supreme leader. How come Kim Jong-un is so fat? He's the supreme feeder. How come Kim Jong-un never loses? He's the supreme cheater. How come Kim Jong-un has so many animals? He's the supreme breeder. How come Kim Jong-un's garden is so nice? He's the supreme leader. How come Kim Jong-un is so fat? He's the supreme eater. How come Kim Jong-un got a promotion at Walmart? He's the supreme greeter. How come Kim Jong-un is so smart? He's the supreme reader. How come Kim Jong-un has such a strong social media presence? He's the supreme tweeter. How come Kim Jong-un, fuck, that one doesn't make sense. How come Kim Jong-un puts on very nice presentations and musicals? He has a nice theater. He's a supreme theater. How come Kim Jong-un is very good at baseball? He's the supreme beater. Am I done? Or it just moved away from me? Oh, never mind. How come Kim Jong-un gets that sneaky flavor into his meats? He has supreme cedar. How come Kim Jong-un has a nice dachshund? He has a supreme wiener. How come Kim Jong-un has a lot of purple drink mixed with Xanax? He's got supreme leaner. How come Kim Jong-un wears a snapback and a $1,000 t-shirt? He's the supreme leader.
Bang, bang.
Exactly a minute. I feel like you stalled for a second just so you would end on a minute. You had to check on
I had no idea. Lucky. It was lucky.
Exactly a minute. Is our next meeting go? Is Mike Pickrell here? I don't think so. Nope. Delango Gopalin? I don't think so. I think Grace.
Oh, he's there. He's there.
Oh, yeah, you are. Oh, Delongo's here.
Delongo.
Yeah, go.
Okay, boom. Fucking church, man. You know, COVID has turned me. There's some fucking music outside right now. All right. COVID's replaced all my empathy with jealousy. And here's why. There are thousands of people crammed in a church right now, ignoring a real virus in order to meet, pray, die. But I can't even get 5 friends to ignore a computer virus to click on the Zoom link and watch me crash and burn today. A lot of people that, if you're 40 and over, you'll probably understand this. But today's society, everyone always says that the world's going to hell in a handbasket. Things are absolute garbage. Well, let me tell you this. Imagine it's 1987. Your name is Eric. You got a brother named Lyle. Do you have any idea how hard those 2 brothers had to work just to kill their own parents? Today, so much easier. My wife wears a Fitbit to bed every night to help record how long she takes to sleep, how much her heart beats, all that shit. I feel like every time I make sweet, sweet hate love to her, I feel like an Avenger trying to rip off Thanos' glove off her hand. She doesn't like that.
Yeah, that's 1 minute. We're gonna keep going. You're up. Grace is doing something. Grace, you're up.
Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm going to pull the Canadian condom off my. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. So, yeah, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I am still reconciling my relationship with my family in Georgia. Why did I move to Alaska 5,000 miles away? Why do you think? No punchlines, because all comedians have fucked up families. No, actually, I have a really loving family. We love so much, we over talk about it. My sister is 8 years older than me. She was born in the 70s. I was born in the 80s. In the womb, I was like, holy shit, I don't want to come out. And I was super late. And to this day, I'm late for everything. My mom was really proud of me for like addressing some things recently with her. The caveat is that she has a brain injury. She was experienced a brain injury. She was hit by a car. And I was 10 and she was 18. And you can't be mean to someone like that. You just can't. But she hung up on me the other day and I was very impressed with her. She was like, took the higher ground. I'm going to throw the hockey stick down. That's down.
Thank you, Nathan. You're up. Nathan.
Hey.
Go.
Before COVID, I was doing a living in a van lifestyle. I consider myself neighborhood fluid. I would gentrify, but only like little bits at a time. It's hard. This is probably why I remind you of singer-songwriter Jewel, but Jewel has never wrote any songs about all the places you need to poop closed down because of a virus.
I have honey pots.
I consider myself kind of a bougie homeless. And honestly, I do miss open mics because those are great places to charge your batteries. I have fallen asleep next to 2 sex sessions and 3 breakups. Also, I found the cheapest studio apartment in Chicago. How much do you fucking hate landlords? I hate them more than you, I guess. All right, goodbye.
Go on, Arvin Clay.
Hey, before everything hit and totally went to shit, people were really, really tense. I mean, like, weird stuff was happening. Like, we had Nazis again. We had fucking Nazis, and these Nazis were new Nazis, and they were all like my age and younger, which totally like fucked me up because I grew up understanding the Indiana Jones rule. Indiana Jones rule was when you come across a Nazi, you fucking punch him or sleep with him. He was a really complex role model. Oh God. I got in a dumb fight today, a friend of mine. And it all started with a really simple question. Hey, are you secretly disappointed that you spent all that time and money on music school only to end up in a cover band? Got kind of upset about it and then spent the next half hour trying to convince me that playing in the symphony was different than being in a cover band. It's not. If you're playing somebody else's music.
Hey, I work a job right now where I monitor children's social media accounts for cyberbullies and predators and suicidal thoughts. Got this job because I met my boss 5 years ago taking improv comedy classes. Which makes me one of the few people ever to get a job from taking improv comedy classes. Yeah. That's
it. Yeah. All right, Brooks.
Oh, hello. Hi. My humor is kind of dry, It's just like how I like sex. Like really dry with some sick burns. I'm also allergic to alcohol. I always get hives, and I get bloated, and then I get STDs. As you can tell, I'm a white girl, but in case it wasn't clear, my favorite artists are Shawn Mendes, Macklemore, and Marshmallow. It's okay. I'm pretty tired, to be honest. Let's just laugh for a bit.
Brooks Marcel, you're up, Tristan.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been trying to exercise a lot lately because COVID-19 kills people who are in my position, and I'm trying to lose weight and stuff. And I've walked probably 100, close to 100 miles since this whole thing began. And I realized, trying to exercise to make yourself less susceptible to dying from COVID-19 is kind of like cramming for a test while the teacher's passing out the quiz at that moment. It's like. I mean, maybe I make it, but also I feel like every kid I hated in school. That's it for me. Give it up for whoever's next. Go.
I feel like it's like you're not gonna make the first wave, but get in shape for that second wave, man. That's what you I'm down here, Alex Blodgett. Go.
So I'm into fetish. Last girlfriend got me into it. She worked in finance, and her version of dirty talk was insider trading. During sex, she was aggressive. Now I'm considered a bear. She's more bullish. She's like, Mama's going to set you up with a Roth IRA, interest-bearing CDs, and I hear this IPO is going to go public. During sex, she was like, oh yeah, fuck me harder. Fuck me like Bernie Madoff fucked his investors. She had to be part of some pyramid scheme. She was always on top. Not that I minded. She broke up with me because I had a problem with finishing early. I guess that's a penalty for early withdrawal. She was really into handcuffs, which is how they hauled her away. Tried to keep in touch with her, but cell service. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. Go, Ron Durbin.
Yeah, this is him. He's real.
It's not Bill Murray.
Yeah, what are you doing with your life? Look at this guy. I want him to be my dad. I want this man to tuck me in and kiss me on my neck every single night, slowly. It's fantastic. I don't think he even has any teeth. Also, not a joke, just an observation. Why is the running joke that every single comedian has a podcast, but yet I go on these Zoom open mics and nobody has a microphone. What are y'all doing? What do we record them on? iPhones? I feel like that's a legitimate question. Like, yeah. For the amount of comedians who have a podcast and the amount of comedians who have microphones is those numbers are off.
You can also rent a studio.
No, come on. Comedians eat ramen. What the fuck are you talking about?
You're podcast shaming. Really? You really are.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. 100%.
Ron, we're going Nancy Pearson now. Nancy, you're up. Go, go, go.
Fuck, what was the joke I was gonna do? Here's a COVID one I wrote. That even though my job got shut down from the bars, I thought it would be okay, but then my side hustle got shut down too because I can't break into my friend's house and steal all their shit when they're at work. It's the hardest thing is that they really did not like my GoFundMe page for that shit. Hang out with old people at bars. I know a lot of sports knowledge and it helps me out to shame them into liking me. But the one sports fact they always bring up I hate is that they always bring up that Muhammad Ali was originally named Cassius Clay. Like, can't I get away from dead naming once? I don't know. Who wants to do a poll of liquor or something? I'm done.
Yeah.
Woo.
Go.
No.
Yeah. That was it, guys. That was the best, man. Thank you for coming out for the mic. That was amazing. We do this every Sunday, and we're doing pop-up showcases. Everybody was lovely. It's great to see your faces. I'm going to stop the stream now. You're welcome to hang around for a little bit, but